into Fryer, episode 3, live from Boise Fry Co. I'm Adrian, and today we have Dakota Shafer. So your music kind of spans genres. You have house, kind of progressive rock, hip hop. Kind of where do you draw these influences and kind of have the, how do I want to say it, but just the kind of the drive to kind of create amongst different genres?
Yeah, so basically when I started in music, I started at like 6 years old, I started playing drums. And my mom gave me a bunch of CDs of like things that she thought I would like. It was like Alice in Chains, there's Ministry, it's like heavy industrial stuff that I didn't even know what was happening when I was listening to it. So I got huge into metal like at a young age. And by high school, I was good enough to actually participate in a group, try to like jam and stuff, garage bands and everything. But I could only find one other kid at my high school that was even semi-interested in making the same kind of music as me. So we did a couple shows, just like I actually played guitar at that point and he was a drummer. And we would just kind of jam on stage. We'd do a bunch of Tool covers and stuff, so that's what we were huge into. Adrian knows, like all I talk about is Tool.
You started off playing the drums, you play guitar and bass now. Is there anything else that you play, or kind of like how did you get into kind of multi-instrumental, like performing on more than one instrument, I should say?
My grandpa's like acoustic guitar. Whenever I was just like visiting, I would just like poke around on it, and then he would teach me some random stuff. Then I actually took lessons for guitar for a little bit, but after I learned guitar, I tried to teach myself all the songs I knew on guitar on piano. So I had a keyboard and I would just figure out which note was where, and then like I still can't read music to save my life, but I can read rhythms, which is good enough for me. So like I just figure it out, and then I could just teach myself that stuff. And then basically any instrument I can get my hands on, I'm interested in learning how it works or how to play it. So I found an accordion once at a pawn shop and I bought it. I never recorded it, but
Can you actually play the accordion then?
I learned maybe like one song. I don't even remember what it was. I don't know. I just bought a harmonica last week because I was watching old school Bob Dylan videos. And I was like, that's sweet. I got to do that. Like, honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to use it for, but.
Harmonica bangers.
No, totally.
So kind of what other influences do you have, and then how does that mold kind of any music you do make?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, when I first started drumming, I was huge into the metal stuff. So Alice in Chains and Lane Staley was like one of my guys. Like I wanted to be like him as a performer, and like Danny Carey from Tool was my favorite drummer ever. I think he's debatably the best drummer of all time. Like he's just so technically sound and creative. It's just unreal. Like he learned how to use double bass pedals because he like really wanted to. It was getting popular for metal music. And how he got good at it was he took marching snare music and learned to play it with his feet. So yeah, like that's the level of like drumming that he's at, and that's where I always like aspired to be. Yeah. So obviously I was huge into that stuff, and then in high school, I don't even know how it happened, honestly. I found a Wu-Tang CD somewhere. And then out of nowhere, going from like not listening to like that kind of music at all, and kind of actually having like a bias against it, being like, I don't want to listen to that crap. And then just to being like, so, you've seen me at your house, like 36 Chambers, I know every single word.
Anytime Method Man comes on, it's word for word.
Method Man's my guy.
All right, so thank you for tuning in to The Fryer. Thank you to Boise Fry Co for the sponsorship. Tune in. We'll be back here in 2 weeks. And thank you to Dakota.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Glad you didn't come on.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.